Finish. Good morning, this is Jillian McGoldrick here from LNP, Lancaster Online. I'm out here right now in front of the Lancaster Bureau of Police headquarters on Chestnut Street. Right now they're tying up some caution tape from where some damage was done late last night as protests turned violent following the police shooting of Ricardo Munoz, a 27-year-old man who was seen in body cam footage charging at an officer with a knife in his hand. You can see that video on lancasteronline.com. Most of the damage that was done last night was done to the police headquarters. You can see up there that door is completely smashed.
Are you waiting for somebody to come out who's been arrested for last night?
No, I'm not. I'm sorry. Thank you. Somebody just asked me if I was waiting for somebody who had been arrested last night. At least 4 arrests were made last night. There were several altercations with police as people failed to disperse following warnings. You can also see across the street here at the post office, some people are gathered where there are smashed windows. I'll make my way over there. You can find a lot of video from last night on @CarterLNP on Twitter. But so as you can see, there are some smashed windows here. I'm sorry, everybody. Thank you. Smashed windows of the post office on both sides here. I did see a group of some of those men there who were collecting bricks from the bushes here. They had a stack of at least 8 bricks that were hidden in the bushes. There's minimal damage done throughout the city elsewhere. This is the main location where there is damage done, although there is also Villa on Queen Street, had 2 of its windows completely smashed. There were reports of looting, but when I looked in there this morning, there was hardly any merchandise taken. All the sneakers, everything was still there. So if there was some looting, there was minimal. There was a fire that was made right here in the street last night. You can't even tell. I mean, I guess you can maybe tell if it was there. I'm also going to make my way over here right now to where one of the larger police altercations happened with protesters last night as they became violent, or as these protests turned violent late into the night. We had a reporter there until at least 3:30 last night, until police said that they were just arresting everybody who was out at that point due to the unlawful assembly. And again, the body cam footage from this police shooting has already been released. So I believe that the main police altercation happened here and over there in these ramps. Also, the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design, which is right across the street here, has been, they canceled classes for today. But so one of the main police altercations between protesters or rioters and police in riot gear was when people were assembling in these, as you can see, these ramps. There's a ramp over here too. There's my finger. And so during that time, police did fire a chemical agent at the protesters. It was not tear gas, but a spray of a smoke of some kind was used to disperse the crowd. I did hear an employee say a bit ago that there was some graffiti along here that has already been cleaned up. These planters look like they have also been damaged. I apologize. The classes aren't canceled, they are online. I apologize about that. Thank you for correcting me. There was also a good amount of footage on social media last night of police vehicles being damaged. We have not yet been able to find out how many police vehicles had been damaged. Here's another planter that seems to have been damaged last night. Yes, there were a number of arrests made last night. We know of at least 4. We are still trying to get details of why, whether it was because of damage to public property, rioting, whatever the actual charges were, and the total number of people that were arrested. Some flowers dropped along the road here. So I'm making my way over to Queen Street now, where I can show you some of the damage that was done to Villa. Again, most of the damage was done to the police station, which I'll show you just one more time as employees continue to clean it up. So this door has been entirely smashed here, as you can see. And you can see that they're also cleaning up Again, you can see the body cam footage on lancasteronline.com. It was released by the district attorney last night. The reason that the police came to the scene was following a domestic disturbance, according to police in the video that they shared. They said that somebody had called that here is the damage done to the post office. I'll continue with more details in a second. Just want to show you this if people are just tuning in right now. So that's the damage that was done on the post office. So now I'm going to make my way over to Queen Street, and then I'll continue explaining why police arrived at the scene yesterday where Ricardo Munoz was shot and killed by police. So apparently, or according to police, they were responding to a domestic disturbance that he was allegedly getting aggressive with his mother, trying to break into the house. Again, we're going to ask for this 911 call, of course, so that we can share it with you all. So when police arrived, you can see a woman who was later identified as a family member. You can see her stepping outside of the house. She screams, and then you see Ricardo Munoz charging out of the door with a knife in his hand. He continues to run after the officer in this footage, where the police officer then turns around and begins to run away, and then shoots and kills Ricardo Munoz. Again, that footage is on lancasteronline.com if you'd like to see it. The district attorney's office has also published it late last night. So as you can see, there was minimal damage done last night as the protests turned violent. Mainly they were done to the police headquarters as well as the post office right there. There was some reports of damage done to police vehicles, although we still are looking to find out how many police vehicles were damaged. There was also some damage done to small businesses in the area, but very few. The one that I've been able to see myself so far this morning is at Villa, the Movement, a clothing shop, which I'm on my way to right now. The police shooting happened around 4:15 yesterday, that's when police were dispatched. So shortly after that, the community all gathered outside. One of the questions that I know we will be asking today is why his body remained on the ground at the scene for several hours. So the community gathered outside the home where he was shot and killed, following him charging at the officer with a knife. As I said again, I'm making my way over to Villa right now. I can see they're doing some cleanup. When I arrived this morning, there was still just a pile of glass. So, although the initial gathering as reports of a police shooting happened before all the details were released, although they were released relatively quickly by the district attorney, they did, so the protests eventually moved to in front of the police headquarters, where several hundred people were gathered there. As you can see, there is some vacuuming right now of glass. Looks like some you can see that they are vacuuming this up. There was a big pile that was here. I'll take a peek. I'm gonna get closer so you can see. Very few, you can see very few, if any, things were taken. It actually looks like, since I've been here last, that there has been merchandise moved within the store. Again, this is the main business that was damaged last night that I know of. I did see reports on social media of another small business with a planter smashed in front, but I haven't been able to find that on my own this morning, so maybe it was cleaned up. Yeah, there was a protest last night with some damage. Yeah. But again, like I said before, this is really the main damage that was done last night. I hope that you can hear me. I'm sorry. It is trash day. So there is not much damage done on other small businesses. The city is pretty much back to normal this morning. When I was driving in around 7 a.m. this morning to start lapping the city to see what damage was done and whether things were getting boarded up or cleaned up, kind of to assess it all, people were just sitting outside eating breakfast as if this hadn't happened. So I'm gonna make my way back over to the police station now, just to show you once more the damage that was done to the police station, and show you that that Villa was the main store. Although there were reports of looting, I did not see much merchandise that was missing. We'll definitely be contacting police to see if they filed any police reports about that damage. Please drop the questions you have about this police incident in the comments, as well as your questions about the protests as they turned violent last night. If you're just joining us now, I just want to quickly go over why people were protesting yesterday and how it escalated late into the evening to some